Teddy Roosevelt, and I'm a narrator for the 5th period play of History of the National Parks. Can be nothing in the world more beautiful than the Yosemite, the groves of the giant sequoias and redwoods, the canyon of the Colorado, the canyon of the Yellowstone, the 3 Tetons. And our people should see to it that they are preserved for their children and their children's children forever. With the majestic beauty all unmarred, leave it as it is. You cannot improve on it. The ages have been on work on it and can only mar it. Yellowstone National Park. Established in 1872, Yellowstone National Park is America's first national park. Located in Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho, it is home to a large variety of wildlife. Preserved within the Yellowstone National Park are Old Faithful and a collection of geysers hot springs.
Wow, I'm finally home!
Yogi, this isn't Jellystone, it's Yellowstone, and I thought you were smarter than the average bear.
Well, I do know how to steal a picnic basket or two.
Do you know that? Do you know what that rainbow pond is called?
Why, yes I do. It's called the Grand Prismatic Hot Springs. The band of color are created by small animals called cyanobacteria. Colors include brown, red, orange, yellow, and green.
The cyanobacteria are relatives to the organisms that lived back in the Permian.
Wow! Over there, you're about to see Old Faithful. There are more geysers here in Yellowstone than anywhere else on Earth. Every 90 minutes, the pressure builds up on Old Faithful and has water spew into the air. Watch!
Yogi, where's our lunch?
Mammoth Cave. With over 350 miles of passageways, Mammoth Cave is the longest known cave system in the world. Speleothems are cave formations that have developed over thousands of years. These include stalactites and stalagmites.
Ow. These stalagmites not want to touch them.
Did you say something?
Yes, it took thousands of years for me to form.
I didn't know you were that old, but you have aged so gracefully.
Biscayne National Park. 95% of Biscayne National Park is water. Biscayne is the 3rd largest coral reef in the world. Over 200 species of fish can be spotted on Biscayne's reef. The diversity of colors, shapes, sizes, and behaviors is amazing. Many sea turtles live in the water of Biscayne National Park and often nest in the park's few sandy beaches.
Do you think I have sprinkles on my back? The sun is really hot today.
We have to stay here a little longer. My goal is to see a loggerhead turtle.
Over 200 species of fish. Good enough for you? Coral is so colorful.
Let's get rid of the grass beds in here. That's what they like. Keep it.
Wow, that's the biggest turtle I ever seen.
Mount Martin is located in the Valley of 10,000 Smokes. It is one of Katmai National Park's active volcanoes. These volcanoes are pipelines into the fiery cauldron that's underneath Alaska's southern coast. This ring of fire boasts over 4 times more volcanic eruptions above sea level than any other region in historic times. 10% of volcanic eruptions along the Ring of Fire have happened in Alaska. The Ring of Fire marks edges where the crustal plates spun against each other.
Ring around the mountain, the mighty magma mountain. Ashes, caches, the lava flows down.
Grand Tetons. The Grand Tetons were formed about 10 million years ago during the Territory period. Currently, the range is about 13,770 feet. Most of the elevation change is caused by the mountain eroding and filling in the valley. Erosion also gave the Teton Range a rugged appearance.
I am totally stoked to be here in Jackson Hole. Look at those beautiful mountains. They just want to be ridden on.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait to hit Pepe's Run. Maybe on our way down we can hit Riverton Bowl.
I'm going to go get a drink of water because we're about 10,453 feet above sea level and I don't want to dehydrate myself.
Yeah, did you know that the mountains were formed with earthquakes and it made them 3,000 feet tall and it's as tall as Mount Everest?
Good thing erosion still is around. Let's go try some on.
Crater Lake was formed when a massive volcanic volcanic eruption of Mount Magma 7,700 years ago caused the mountain to collapse. This created a steaming cauldron. Crater Lake is the deepest lake in the USA at 1,943 feet. Its fresh water is the clearest found anywhere in the world, and it's said that you can see an object placed up in the water up to 150 feet deep. Beneath the surface, superheated igneous rocks and molten magma shimmer, creating nature's hot tubs.
Hey, ladies.
Hi, Randy.
Veronica, did you know that that lake over there is 1,943 feet deep?
Yeah, Randy, we know. Thanks. I'm just trying to relax here with my friends.
Tabitha, the superheated igneous rocks help keeps the hot tub warm and it melts the stress away.
Yes, Randy, we know the earth is
And Jessica. Jessica, I know a great picnic spot that overlooks Wizard Island tonight.
Randy, you're nice to know, but you know where else goes before.
Darn it, goodbye. I'm not coming back ever again.
Arches National Park. Arches National Park preserves over 2,000 natural sandstone arches, like the world-famous Delicate Arch. In some areas, the forces of nature have exposed millions of years of geologic history. The extraordinary features of the park create a landscape of contrasting colors, landforms, and textures that is like any other in the world. Such an opening enlarged until the opening became an arch.
There it is, the most famous arch of all, Delicate Arch.
I thought McDonald's was the most famous arch.
Isn't it made out of sandstone?
Very good. Over time, the sand was covered by layers of sediment and hardened into rock. Then the land was lifted up, tilted, and eroded until the sandstone layer was exposed to weather. Then, at first, water would crack the exposed sandstone. Then narrow canyons and gullies were carved out of the sand, leaving thin walls, coffins in between. Finally, wind and frost brushed away from the soft interior areas of some of these fins, eventually creating openings.
Cool. 1,999 arches.
Saguaro National Park is located within a desert, but contrary to what you might expect, there is an abundance of life. Plants here adapt to drought, so during long dry periods, they are able to go dormant, conserving their water. At these times, many plants appear lifeless, but shortly after rainfall, these plants can come to life, sprouting new green leaves. The saguaro blossom is the state flower of Arizona. In the early summer, the Tahoe people come to the Saguaro National Park just to pick the fruits.
Here they go again. What are they trying to do? Destroy the native lands of the Honan Indians? I guess I've adapted to with no water, but that's going to make us more than lifeless. Where's that road runner?
Petrified Forest. Petrified Forest National Park contains the petrified remains of 225-million-year-old trees from the late Triassic period. Surrounding the petrified wood are millions of years of dirt. This rock creates the red hues of the painted desert and the blue tones of the blue mist region. The petrified logs formed when they were washed in a river and were buried quickly by massive amounts of dirt. Oxygen was eliminated and slowed down the process of decay. Minerals including silica dissolved from volcanic ash and were absorbed into the wood over hundreds and thousands of years and crystallized within the petrified wood. Sometimes crushing or decay left cracks in the petrified logs. Here, large jeweled-like crystals of clear quartz, purple amethyst, yellow crystalline, and smoky quartz formed. And this is the petrified forest. Sagosa National Park. General Sherman Tree in Sequoia National Park is the largest by volume tree in the world. Sequoias are evergreen and long-lived. They are said to live 1,200 to 1,800 years long. Despite the sequoia tree large size, they are too brittle for most uses. Some sequoias even shattered as they hit the ground. Most lumber sequoias ended up as fence posts, shingles, and even matchsticks.
Attention, about face. Do you even know who I am?
A tree. Yes, a tree.
I'm not just any old tree. I'm the largest tree in the world. Visitors call me General Sherman. It takes me 52,500 blocks of wood to make up my trunk.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Bryce Canyon National Park. Bryce Canyon is a small national park in southwestern Utah, named after the Mormon pioneer Ebenezer Bryce. Bryce Canyon became a national park in 1928. Bryce is famous for its worldly unique geology. The erosional force of frost wedging and the dissolving power of acid rain have shaped the colorful limestone of rock into bizarre shapes, including slot cannons, windows, fins, and spires called hoodoos. In the winter, melting snow in the form of water seeps into the cracks and freezes at night. When the water freezes, it expands almost 10%. Bit by bit, prying open cracks and making them even wider in the same way a pothole forms in a paved road. These rocks create a wondrous landscape of mazes, offering some of the most exciting and memorable walks and hikes imaginable. Carlsbad Cavern is one of over 300 limestone caves in a fossil reef laid down by an inland sea, 250 to 280 million years old. The most famous of the park's mammals are the bats, the large colony of Brazilian or Mexican free-tailed bats. Woos visitors every evening from spring through fall with their spectacular outflights. From April through mid-October, visitors watch the nightly spectacle of several 100,000 Brazilian free-tailed bats exiting Carlsbad Cavern in search of food.
Oh boy, I'm starving. I have to wait until this thing called civil twilight until I can leave the cave.
Will you please help me collect the bats? Do not throw them!